this onto here. I tell you what, every time I go to press live or play, I fuck around for about half an hour beforehand, nervous, which is so dumb because I've done a million trainings, might be a slight exaggeration, but close enough, whatever. And I still have the nerve, the energy rush through me. I guess I care a lot. I care a lot about getting the message out, and I care a lot about making it perfect for people. I'm just going to share this into my group. So I've created the Freedom Experience, where I've been doing training since September in there for that group. And I posted something yesterday on this page and also on my personal page and various other places about how trying to be happy is getting in the way of just letting yourself be happy. Someone messaged me and they were like, oh, I get the how, but like, I get the try, but how do I get out of the try phase? And I was like, boom, massive download of information came through me, and I was like, I need to teach about this, not just in the Freedom Experience group, but live, so that everyone gets this information, because it's fucking so easy and it's amazing and incredible. If everyone did this, man, we may be walking around owning our shit and feeling good about ourselves because we know how to feel good about ourselves. And this training is going to help you with the mindset of literally stepping into anything that you want, any emotion that you want, and knowing how to feel happy if you choose to, because feeling happy is just a decision and a choice, which really sometimes we have to sift and sort through all our stuff before we can get to that state. So this is going to be a full training, and I tell you what, it's going to be fucking badass, legit, next level, epic. You're going to really want to hang around. Now, I'm just going to go and share this in my group, and to be honest, I don't care if anyone jumps on or not, because let me share this with you. If you care about worrying about having an audience, let's say you've got a really big message for the world. If you stop sharing your message with the world because you're worried about how many viewers you get or how many people like you or any of that crap, then you'll never do the damn thing and you'll never get really good at it, right? So that's why I just press play. Even though I feel like nervous or, my stuff comes up, which everyone's stuff comes up. It doesn't matter how seasoned you are at how often you've done lives. Your stuff will always come up. You just push the bullshit aside, push the emotion aside, press play, and let the damn message come through so that the people can get what they need. That is what I'm doing today. Bear with me, I'm just going to go and share this to the group so that the people in my group who have been working with me can get this training, because this training is going to be lit. I literally just decided I'm going to do this publicly and everyone can have it for free, because I'm a good bitch like that. I believe that people need this. I know they need it. And there's some things that I've figured out over the years where I've made shit that seemed really complex, I've made it really simple. And it's just this, oh man, it's magic. It's magic. Now I'm trying to figure this out into the group. I'm going to put this into mini groups. All right, what is it called? The Freedom Experience. Here we go. Paste. Oops, no, that's not. I was about to paste in my password that I just created. Probably not a good idea to put that into there. The Freedom Experience. If you pop on, say hi if you feel like it. The Freedom Experience. How to be happy. What the hell? Okay. I think I've had too many coffees this morning. I'm shaky, like legit. I've got a coffee right next to me right now, and I'm having that because I like coffee. It's my drug of choice. And it's actually you know what? When I went to university, I actually did my, I suppose you could call it your thesis, but it wasn't really the thesis. It was some massive 10,000 word thing that I had to give to them. My words are not coming out. Whatever. Was about coffee, caffeine, drug doping in sports. It was very boring. Alright. I'm literally just sharing this into my groups. Bear with me. Legit, you'll want to watch this training. It's going to blow your brain. And then you'll probably want to share it with other people, because if people understand the power of themselves and the power of their mind and the power of what you're able to slip into if you choose to, fuck, people will just be walking around a lot happier. Share into group. 100 days. There we go. There we go. There we go. Post. Sorry, this is very important. I'm quite lazy when it comes to marketing, when it comes to even letting people know that I'm doing a training. I don't bother sending out emails or putting a message out. When I decide I want to go live, that's when I'm going to go live. I don't care who's there. I don't care how many people watch it. I don't care. What happens for me is I don't get this message out. I literally will feel like shit all day. I'll feel uncomfortable. I'll feel kind of low, like I didn't do my job. I didn't get the message out, therefore now I feel like shit. That's how I feel. And I literally didn't do this. I sat in front of this camera probably an hour ago, then I decided to fuck around and I took off and I went around to see my sister and that. And then I felt really bad, so I came back and I'm like, now I'm doing the damn thing. I'm also going to ignore comments. I'm going to ignore the comments for now, purely because I get distracted very easily. I'm like the dog off Up, where it's like ball, and then my message just gets. Just give me a second. I will get there. I'll get to the point when I get to the point, and I'll get to the point when I get to the point. But I've just got to share this first. Alright, I think I've done all my sharing. Now I'm going to bring up my Word, so that as we go through this training, I can write down the notes of the training, and then I can post the notes underneath, which is very important for you to know and understand. Right, and I'm just going to make sure that this is swiped so I don't see any comments, and I'm going to get back to the training. So I wrote the post yesterday, something about like when you're trying to be happy, you're literally trying to figure out how do I be happy? How do I get this happiness into my body? Like, let's pretend for a minute that this bottle of water is your happiness. This is happiness, but how do I have it in here? How do I feel the happiness? And what you're doing is literally, between me and the happiness, I've got my angst, I've got my fear, I've got my confusion, I've got my trying to figure it out. So instead of literally just feeling the happiness and the joy come through me because I get to feel it, because I get to fucking feel it, I'm too busy over here in my head feeling all this other stuff, right, that gets between me and it. So I'm not feeling it. And I know that this is like, kind of like, yeah, but how? People will still ask, like, but how? How do I feel the happiness? How do I feel the joy? How do I let it flow through me without me having to try and do something? And that's why we do mindset training, because we've got to get the mind out of the way. It's the mind and the underlying rules and the beliefs that are running underneath that is having us not slip into this reality or this energetic state where we just feel the fucking flow of joy. So a woman asked me, and this is for you, Abby, specifically, this is what came through me for you yesterday when you asked, like, but how? How do I get out of the trying to be happy phase? How do I just let myself be happy? And it was great because a whole lot of information came through to me, and that's what I want to share with everyone today, so that if you are in a state of like trying to be happy, the first thing to do is literally stop trying to be happy. Stop fucking trying to be happy. Literally, this is the first thing that I figured out for myself, because I'm very rebellious in the way that I am, right? And I kind of got to the stage when I was like miserable as fuck. I started getting to the stage where I was like, why am I like, I don't want to be happy. Like, I felt like angry that if I wasn't happy, then I was wrong. That there was something wrong with me, that I was broken, right? If I'm not smiling, then something suddenly, like, same thing. There's something wrong with you. And then what you're actually feeling and what you're actually carrying with you is not just the emotion of what's coming through at the time, which is amazing because emotions actually are your guidance system. Now you're feeling heaviness of the shame. Now you're feeling the heaviness of the rules of how you're meant to be. Now you're feeling the annoyance, the frustration, the guilt, the shame of not feeling happy. So you're not just feeling the emotion that you might be feeling at the time, you're feeling all of the judgments and the layers of assumptions and the beliefs and the heaviness of what other people think and what you think you have to do and be, which makes it really fucking hard just to be joyful, right? When you've got all that you're carrying. So the first thing to do is to stop judging yourself for not feeling happy all the time and feel what you're freaking feeling. It's not wrong, and it doesn't mean that you're broken if you're not happy. Do you feel how light that can feel when you're like, oh my God, I don't have to be happy? And do you know how much that makes you feel happy? To not have to be happy? That if you want to be angry, then you get to be angry, and that feels really good, and then suddenly because you're allowed to feel angry, you kind of feel good? You know what I mean? It actually feels good giving yourself full permission to feel whatever the fuck you're feeling. It's not wrong. And it doesn't mean you're broken at all. So that's the first step. That's the first step that I would encourage everyone to remember and to literally decide and choose right now, as I get to feel what I get to feel because I get to feel what I get to feel. That's it, period, end of story. And whatever I'm feeling is not wrong. Lift, shift all the guilt, the shame, the fear that you're holding on to because you're not being happy. That is the first step to feeling happy. It's giving yourself full permission to feel whatever the fuck you want. Can you feel how good that feels? If there are comments coming through, I'm not going to look at them because they distract me. This is why I've like swiped it so I can't see comments. Not because I don't want to interact, but because I get distracted really easy. I'm like legit, I'm like a cat with a ball or a dog with a ball. And then my flow is gone, and well, then it comes out in all sorts of fucking messy ways. So that's step one. Give yourself permission to not feel happy. You don't have to feel happy. You can feel whatever you're feeling. Pressure's off. Hallelujah. You feel wonderful. I can even feel that already. And that actually makes me feel happy, is when I know I don't have to feel happy, I feel happy. It's funny, yeah, it's back to front, kind of weird, but it actually bloody works. Right. The second step, I'm thinking, should I give you a journal prompt right now to discover and to dive into, or even to ask right now? Ask yourself this question: why would it not be okay for me to feel what I'm feeling right now? That's the question, and I'll put it in the comments. I'll put them in the comments later so you can, but why would it not be okay for you to feel what you're feeling right now? Answer that question immediately. If you want to immediately answer it in the comments, do it. But why would it not be okay to feel what I'm feeling? Literally all of your shit will come up. It's not okay because it's bad. It's not okay because it's wrong. It's not okay because it doesn't feel good. It's not okay because it means that I'm broken. It's not okay because it means I'm a silk. It's not okay because whatever is in there for you. Why is it not okay? Answer that question. Go. You can answer it below, or you can answer it in your own self, or you can write it down on a piece of paper. Ask yourself that question: why is it not okay for me to feel this? Boom. And what does it mean to me if I'm not happy? Some people have these ideas that if I'm not happy, it means I'm a bad person. If I'm not happy, it means that I'm a depressed person. If I'm not happy all the time, it means... So ask yourself, that's the second question to ask yourself. What does it mean to me if I'm not happy? Whatever is you... I can't answer that for you. I can give you ideas, and I can sort of, I've worked with people and I've worked with myself for long enough to know some of the underlying answers, but this is what subconsciously is running us, right? It's not what's logical in our mind, because a lot of us are like, well, I know, I don't have to be happy. But underlying and deep within you, you don't like it. You don't like it, and you're on your back all the time because you're not happy 24/7. So there's still that stuff that you're holding on to. This is why we do the journaling, because it's about getting it out of your damn head and putting it onto paper, into the physical, and to owning the truth, the core truth of what's really going on within. Our head will defend us till the day we die. But it's also not very useful, because it's actually the underlying shit, the true shit, that is going on. Here's a side note. The stuff that is deeply running you, that's deep within, it doesn't define who you are. So if you write something out and you have a shift of emotion, you're like, holy fuck, this is actually who I've been, and da-da-da-da. What people are scared of, they're scared of diving deep within them because they think, oh my God, this defines me. I'm in a box. This is who I am forever. I'm a bad person. No. What happens is when you get really fucking real with yourself and you actually really say what, or bring out what's been within you and what's been running you, it immediately frees you from it. It frees the fear and the emotion around it. And then you're like, holy crap, I was so afraid of that. And that's not even who I am, because as soon as you own it, it shifts. It's gone. The emotion moves. The fear moves. And then you're like, holy crap, all this time I was so afraid of owning that part or that truth or that underlying thing that was running me. But now that I've owned it and I've written it out, I've cried about it, I've shifted the energy around it, I'm fucking free. Woo! That's what actually happens, and that's why it's really important to answer the damn question. Get real with yourself. Journal until all the shit comes out. And there might be a lot of journaling, there might be a little bit. But when you ask yourself the questions, keep asking yourself, is there more? Because we're really good at bullshitting ourselves. Okay. So that's the first step. Answer those questions. Give yourself full permission. I now give myself full permission to feel what I'm feeling, even if I don't like it, and all this. Get rid of the judgments. Ask yourself those questions, which I will post below again, so you can dive into them deeper at another stage after this training. And then we'll move on to the next question. I still feel shaky. I have coffee. I've only got a little bit left. There. Yes, drink more coffee so you're more hyper and more shaky. Yay! Anyway, I also have much water, because water is very important. Okay. Right. Here's the other thing. Emotions. Emotions are literally just guidance systems. That's it. They don't define you as a human being. They're not who you are. They're just what flows through you, and you get to look at and get curious about. All right. Now here's the flip side. You've just given yourself permission not be happy. I don't have to be happy. I can feel whatever the fuck I want, and it's good, and it means nothing. If I'm feeling this, if I'm shifting emotion, it doesn't mean a damn thing other than I'm shifting emotion. End of story. And I get to have a look at it. It's a messenger for me. That's it. The flip side is give yourself permission to feel happy. Why would it not be okay for you in this moment, whatever that moment is, to feel good? This question came up specifically for Abby, so if you watch this later, Abby, this one was for you. Why would it not be okay? So, without giving away lots of details, I'll get a little bit. Sometimes when something's happened, right? Let's say you've lost a loved one. Say something tragic's happened to you. Say something. Actually, death is a really good one, because there's a lot of beliefs. So, for instance, let's say you've lost somebody. A lot of people won't let themselves be happy because they feel like, if I'm not mourning and if I'm not sad anymore, and if I let go of this hurt and this pain, it's like I'm forgetting who they were, and it's like they don't matter anymore. So they have this thing where it's like, I have to feel sad and bad, because if I don't, I'm dishonoring them, or I'm saying that this thing doesn't mean anything anymore. I can understand that, and it's also not true. I don't know why I'm laughing at that, because I've got a weird sense of humor. You're allowed to feel sad, and you're allowed to allow the healing process to go through you with any kind of trauma or anything that's happened, right? You're allowed to feel any emotion, and it's allowed to be expressed. But if you're literally not giving yourself permission to live and to feel joy and allow yourself to love life, because you feel like somewhere underneath there's an underlying belief that says that if I'm feeling happy, then I'm dismissing this person and what happened, and it means it doesn't mean anything, it's not really real. You can still love, honor, respect, and have deep meaning around things that have happened that were very real, like losing someone you love, and still enjoy and love your life. In fact, I kind of feel like for myself, it would be disrespectful not to fully love my life and enjoy it and just like embrace it, because if I didn't, they didn't get the chance to, so who am I not to? You know what I mean? I can hear someone coming home. It's probably my father. He'll be walking in and be like, what are you doing, Amy? I'm giving the people the information and I'm teaching them the things and I'm helping them rewire this and their perspectives and I'm showing them how happiness can be easy. Hold on, where is he? We'll see if we can see it. Hold on, we'll show you. He might not walk in here. He might go to his office. Hold on, here it comes. Hi, Dad. Hi. I'm doing a live training at the moment and you are in my video. So you can go into your office when you're ready. It was a very serious part. We just got interrupted in the two. So that's the other question. Why would it not be okay for me to be happy right now? I wrote these down earlier. And what would choosing to be happy mean to me? There's another question. What would choosing to be happy right now mean to me? And why would it not be okay to feel? No, I've lost that question. I went fucked. Just go with the first two. See, I'm like a dog. As soon as something else comes in here, it just distracts me and I can't think. I'm like, and she'll get over it and I'll get grounded and I'll bring the questions through. So why would it not be okay for me to be happy now? And then find out why. Let the answers come up. Don't try and think about it in your logical head, which actually tries to control everything. Go past that, go down into your soul, into your heart, into that deeper place of yourself and tell the truth. Why? Why would it not be okay for me to be happy there? And you will get your answers. Some of your answers, like I remember when I felt angry, right? I would feel angry about something. Why would it not be okay for me to feel good right now? Would literally be because, and I would ask myself this, because I don't feel safe. I feel like if I'm really happy now, I'm open and exposed to being attacked. So therefore, if I'm angry, I have defenses up and I feel safer with being angry because I'm pushing away the people, the thing that I feel like deeper down, underneath, underlying beliefs, are gonna come in and attack me. And it sounds warped, but I'm sure many people will fucking resonate with this. You're like, wow, yeah, when I walk into a room and I'm like angry or I'm like on edge, it's because in that environment I actually don't feel safe and relaxed. So therefore it feels safer for me to be like, you know, grumpy and push people away than to be open and happy and be open for attack. That'll make sense to many people, I know it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, ask yourself the question, you'll get the answer. So those are the two things we went through already. We'll recap. Give yourself full permission to feel whatever the damn hell you want to feel, because that feels good to feel whatever you want to feel, whatever it is. And then ask yourself those questions. Then give yourself full permission to feel happy, because you're allowed to. And then ask those questions around that, because how you feel is your choice, always. It's nothing more than a decision and a choice. It's just that we get to look inside at these things that are like ruling us from underneath. Like sometimes we walk around and we're reacting and being and behaving in a way that doesn't make any sense to us up in our head, because we're like, well, I'm not afraid. Why would I be afraid? But underneath, it's the deeper stuff that we're not looking at, we're denying, that we're not willing to sit with. Usually why we're trying to be happy rather than just sit with emotion. That's what's running us, and that's what's making us feel the way we're feeling, instead of us actually realizing it's a decision and a choice, because we're not willing to look at our deeper stuff. Yeah. Now, here's something else too that I just wanted to share with you guys. Hold on, try and get this right. There we go. I have a fancy thing that I have my phone on at the moment, which I'm videoing this with. You've also got to be willing to kick your own ass. So, we will move through emotions, and there will be emotions that are very true and real that we get to shift through, and we get to feel, and we get to heal. If you can't feel it, you can't heal it. Remember that. Write it down. We get to heal. But you also get to ask yourself, okay, am I now just playing into a story and into a program that is just recreating the same shit that just is now creating my entire reality of who I am? For instance, So I'll do it with myself. I'll literally go along and I'll be like, I'll feel an emotion about something and it'll move and I'll be like, drop straight into the emotions. No fucks given. I'll do it anyway. And then shift, because I put no meaning on it. It doesn't mean anything other than healing to me. I'll shift the emotion, right? Deep emotion. And you know when it's real because it's just like when you need to go to the toilet. There is no stopping it. It just comes. But there can be a point that you get to where you're just recreating the bullshit story and you're actually gotten to a point where you like sitting in that emotion, where you like feeling sad, where you like feeling whatever it is. It's not wrong, by the way. It's not wrongness, but it's something you get to observe and look at. And I do this all the time. I'm like, hold on. Do I actually... I've already cried and shifted about this. Do I actually need to do this again? Sometimes the answer is yes. And I'll be like, okay. And I'll be like, are you done yet? No. What about now? Yeah, I'm done. And then I'll laugh and I'll be like, okay, cool. Because I released it. And that's how I am with myself. I fucking find it so hilarious. I'm hilarious. But when you check in with yourself, you can actually ask yourself, hold on, do it. And it's like getting caught out. It's the most funniest thing. You feel so much joy because you catch yourself out in your own bullshit. You're like, yeah, going into the story about this happened and da-da-da. And then you're like, do I really need to be doing this, or am I just playing out a story and just buying into it now? And it's a good thing to kick your own ass and check in with yourself and to make sure and just see if that's become a story now. Carla Lemon, I don't know. I'll just say Lemon because it sounds fancy. You really need to watch this whole entire training because you'll fucking love it. Like, it's lit next level. You can use this anytime, anywhere in your whole entire life. You don't even have to ask these questions once. You can do them again and again in every moment when you're not feeling lit, when you're not feeling whatever you need to feel. That's the other beauty about these two questions, these things, is that you get to ask them all the time. They're not something you just sit down and do it once and you've done the exercise, whoa, yeah, happy forever. No, you get to take these questions into every moment. I did it to myself earlier today. I was like, I get full permission to feel what I want to feel right now, but also, what was the other one? Oh yeah, I get to choose how I feel. And when you remember that how you get to feel is just a choice, you crack up laughing because you feel so good, because you feel the freedom that comes with realizing that how you feel is a choice. It is always your choice, even when it doesn't feel like it. But when it doesn't feel like it and you get into your head and you get into this place where it all feels murky and you're not sure anymore, and you're making it really freaking harder than it has to be, that's when you get to go and ask these questions so you can clear up the mind, so you can get clear again and clear out anything that's there in the way. Hold on, I've just gone into this other energetic state of being where I'm like, I can't because of this, and you've made all these rules up around why you can't, which may not be conscious. You get to shift them out of the way and you're like, God, that's right, I just get to be happy because I get to be happy because it's a fucking choice. Boom, end of story. That's just how it is. How did that feel for you guys? I really don't understand sometimes. Sometimes I feel a little bit frustrated because when you come in and you give, a training sometimes and it's free and people don't understand how fucking magic this shit is and how a lot of people will charge a lot. Here's something to remember. Just because something is free, it doesn't make it invaluable. That's something to remember. To fully freaking remember. Free stuff is invaluable, but people don't use it because they don't think it's valuable, and they also, because they haven't invested the money, sometimes they're like, I'm not even going to bother about it, and they push it aside, which is fine. It's not wrong, but it's something to consider and think about. I'm totally tangenting now. It's just something on my mind and I needed to say it anyway. I noticed it a lot, that there's lots of things that... Now my dad's talking in the background. Can you shut up, Dad? Take your phone call out somewhere. Just kidding. That's all the training. That's it. That's as simple as it gets to be. It's so worth giving yourself the time and space to deeply inquire and ask these questions again and again, and fucking give yourself permission, free permission, to feel whatever you want. I'm going to say it again and again and again because people tend to need to hear it again and again and again, because we forget very easily, because we slip back into the old program, back into the old way of thinking, back into the old personality, underlying beliefs, da 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 da. It's like muscle memory. You know, we've memorized this way of thinking and being for so long. That's who we are, or that's who we're pretending we are. And to be this other way and to think this other way takes practice. This is why the freedom experience, 100 days, because it's not just this one-off training that, I mean, it can most certainly change your whole entire motherfucking life if you really let yourself get it. But it's with the practice of being around people who are practiced at it that allows you to remember every single day, oh, that's right, this is how it gets to be. Oh, that's right, this is how it gets to be. Oh, that's right, it's a freaking choice. How I feel is my choice. How, oh my God, I legit, the one thing I really want to train, and I will train, it's called Triggered. That's my next program, Triggered. How to fucking find the magic in the trigger. Like, if people understood that, if they could literally understand that triggers are like gold mines for freedom, for inner freedom, you would lean into your trigger every single time instead of running away from it like the bitch you pretend that you are. Lean into your triggers. There is so much magic there, and that is my next program. There. It has been said. It is my next program. Triggered as fuck. Why? Because triggering, like most people would be triggered their entire life, not understanding the underlying shit that's going on for them. And then they'll react and run away from it and then create the same damn thing again and again and again, never really understanding the freaking point or learning the lesson from it, which is just some deep wound within yourself that you feel triggered by that keeps on getting touched by a new person every single time. Does that even make sense? I'm sure it makes sense to you on some level. But to understand and how to know how to own your emotions and then push your emotions, like move through your emotions and like go through the layers of what you think it's about deeper into this deeper part, man, bitch, you'll be so fucking free and lit. You'll be like, damn, why didn't I learn about this before? Because to lean into your triggers is really challenging. And you can literally go blind to the reality of what's going on because you sink into belief, which completely is like going into a different reality. It's like, anyway, there's a whole different discussion. But that's the training for today. And I will share this. And tag anyone who might need help. No, fuck, tag everybody. Everyone needs to understand this shit. To understand and realize that you have a choice around how you feel, and all you need to do is slip into another know how to get the mindset out of the way and slip into remembering that it's something that flows through you naturally, but it's just your shit getting in the way. And then when you do this stuff, which is releases it, and you remember that, then you get to feel good. And when people get to feel good, the world is a more harmonious, awesome place to be in, and we're more accepting of each other because we kind of get each other because we get ourselves. Fucking deep. That's it. Love to hear your feedback. Love to hear what came up for you. Thanks for jumping on and viewing if you were here live, and if you come on later on, leave a comment, share it with somebody today. I mean, legit, next level. People are not happy, and not that, again, not that it's not wrong to be not happy, but it's like people are deeply like depressed and sad and in pain and suffering because they don't remember and know their own power. I want people to remember how fucking lit they are and how it's natural for you to feel that way and to be that way. And I share this because it mattered to me, because I had to figure it all out the hard way, and it was very challenging. But completely liberating and so fucking easy for me now. It's just like simple as. And I want it to be simple for others. And it's free. Invaluable but free. So share away. Share. And tag anyone who you know might need to this training. I never know how to finish videos. I always go, That is all. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you're in the world. I know this will serve you. Give yourself permission to do the damn work. And remember, be rebellious, be yourself.